Right, hello lads and lasses and welcome back to Boys Down Under, where today we're going to be reviewing Celtic's season so far. So, it's going to be a discussion, chill-based video. We're going to be going over the season so far, some facts and figures, what Celtic could improve on, just the general sort of review sort of stuff. But before we get into the video though, if you are enjoying the content, please remember to subscribe to the channel. It's a great indicator to me that you guys are enjoying it and that I should be putting out more of it. So yeah, that is that. But without further ado, let's get into it. So far this season, Celtic have played, we'll say 11 because competition matches, like proper professional competition matches. So in order, we've had a draw to Midtjylland, a loss away from home, which sent us out of the Champions League, unfortunately. Then another loss, again, unfortunately, away to Hearts. Then 6 wins on the trot at home against Dundee, Jablonec twice, St Mirren, and then AZ Alkmaar. And then after that came our week from hell. And it 100% was from hell because we lost 2-1 to Alkmaar. But a positive there was that we didn't actually get knocked out of the Champions League. Not Europa League, my bad, I apologise. But then we had a 1-0 loss in the derby, which we are not going to cover because that was just, a fork stuck in the road, I'll say. Now, some key things to note, some key facts. Celtic have only actually won a single game away from home this season. Now, yet again, it's just a fact, but I still feel it's very interesting compared to our home record, where Celtic have scored 20 goals in 6 games, and we've only let in 3 in those 6 games. So we're scoring 3.2 on average a game and then only conceding a half a goal a game. I don't know how you concede a half a goal a game, but that's what the stats tell me. So that's what I'm telling you guys. But they are promising stats. They are very, very promising stats. I don't think, Celtic have not lost at home this season yet. We've drawn and we've won, but we have not lost. So that is very promising as well. Now, we currently sit 6th in the league and we have a Europa League spot. So the 6th in the league on paper looks dreadful, looks awful. Celtic in 6th is something that you see in an alternate universe, an alternate reality. But yet again, that's just looking at it from paper. When you go into it, you'll realize people see it's not true. It's not a true representation of how Celtic have performed this half of the season, this period of the season. It's been like 4 weeks. So look, we've got to consider as well the transfer window, because Celtic's transfer window actually was amazing. We signed 12 players, let go of the dead weight, and the 12 players we signed have all improved the team in one way or another. They've brought quality, they've jumped straight into the starting 11, they've provided quality depth, you name it, they've done it. I honestly feel we've made the correct signings, and this team is honestly going to serve us well for the next season at least. But look, at the end of the day, it's still very early in the season. We can't predict the future. I would certainly wish I could, but I can't. Will this team get us through? I 100% think so. I think we'll do great wonders with this team and under playing Ange football. We've seen the class we can play under Ange. And it hasn't even been glimpses here and there. They've been blocks. They've been full games of our class. And it's so frustrating as from a fan's perspective, when you see that class and then you go into other games like in the derby and it just evaporates. It's just disintegrated right in front of your eyes. So that's one thing I still feel Celtic need to improve on drastically, is keeping that class and maintaining it on a consistent basis, home, away from home, because that's ultimately what's going to win us the league, is consistent, classy football. And what right now, Celtic are playing classy football, but it's inconsistent. And obviously against the better teams will outperform you, but against teams like Rangers, we should certainly be dominating that and showing our class and taking those games by the throttle. But look, at the end of the day, yet again, it's only the start of the season. We can only get better from here. However, there is one thing I do really feel Celtic need to improve on, bar the consistent class, and that is actually our defence on counter-attacks. Now, too many times in too many games, Celtic have given the ball away in the midfield or in the attack, and because of such the high pressing football Ange plays, he's got one centre-back sitting in front of the halfway line and the other roaming around in the midfield. So when we're counter-attacked, we not only do we not have the numbers advantage, we drastically don't have the numbers advantage. It's either like a 2-on-1, a 3-on-1, a 3-on-2, and once you get past that, it's them and the goalkeeper, and 9 times out of 10, it's going to go in the back of the net. And that's, from a fan's perspective, it's so nerve-wracking, it's so terrifying being on the receiving end of those counter-attacks, because It's usually silly mistakes. It's most of the time silly mistakes. Celtic have given the ball away in the midfield, a wayward pass. Maybe one of the defenders has given it away, and it just puts us under so much unnecessary pressure. And it needs to be something that needs to be rid of our game. Celtic need to be working on their passes in the midfield, because when we're all bunched up in the opposition's defensive half, right, there's going to be less space. So those passes need to be clear-cut, more concise passes to our teammates, because if they're not, they'll get intercepted, or the player will get tackled, they'll get a hospital ball, and we'll get counter-attacked, and it'll either go out for a corner or it'll go in the back of the net, unless there are some defensive heroics, which we can't be always relying on. So yeah, look, that's the main thing. That was a bit of a rant, but that is the main thing I feel Celtic need to be improving on after the international break, including with that consistent, classy football, because we all know, we've all seen it. And yeah, look, that is all. I think the only thing left to worry about now is Kyogo. Kyogo actually, if you haven't heard the news, got injured this morning in Japan's World Cup qualifying match. He's hurt his knee. We don't know yet whether it's a serious injury or very minor, because at the end of the day, we have no clue with knee injuries. It could be an ACL, MCL, or it could just be an inflammation of fluid sacs, a cork, who knows. We'll have to wait for scans, reports from the Japanese Football Association, but fingers crossed, it comes back all good. So, but yeah, that is all from me. Celtic play Ross County on the weekend. I'll do a preview of that when that comes around. But until next time, hail, hail.